A quick warning before we begin. This episode contains very strong and offensive language. The emails you're about to hear are those received by Hannah, voiced by actors. They're based on the original messages, other than occasional changes to names or identifying details. We left the last episode with Hannah about to speak to the founders of a jewellery company she'd recently worked for.
I remember taking this call and the two of them were on the screen and they looked so shaken.
It's early 2018, a couple of months after Hannah left the company, but the firm's name keeps coming up in the anonymous emails she's receiving.
We think you made a good jail cellmate with your employer, leaving you high and dry.
By now, Hannah is getting a daily barrage of messages.
You're a shitty person. Your time is up. Now please do us and yourself a favour and get ready for jail time.
And she's just learned that there's someone out there pretending to be her. Panicking, Hannah has got back in touch with her old boss.
And they said, "Don't know how to tell you this, but you have been emailing us for the last 2 months.
Hi, it has just been brought to my attention that it is illegal for a business or employer to pay their workers cash in hand without paying income tax or national insurance."
And they've been replying,
Hi, Hannah.
they think, to her.
I can't quite tell if this is just for general info or related to something else. Thanks.
Hannah seems to have concerns about the legality of their tax records.
Hi, Hannah. Tax always comes from the employee's salary. So yeah, I still don't quite get why you would send that.
But this Hannah is persistent.
Hi, thanks for your clarifications. I do not entirely agree. I am now taking advice and I will respond to you substantively later this week.
Hey, Hannah. I hope you are well and happy. I've been a little surprised by your emails. I really loved working with you. I'm happy to chat about anything personal that might be bothering you, or anything you are struggling with career-wise.
They said they couldn't believe that I would do this to them.
Hey, Hannah. I think you need to get some advice and be a bit careful about your assumptions. I'm going to speak to our lawyer and then pass you her contact. All emails must be sent to them directly rather than us from now on.
As I only just found out about this by complete chance, I had no idea if this was happening to other people, and I still don't know if other people had been contacted by this fake me.
At this point, Hannah realises she can't handle this on her own.
The hacking was really intense.
And that's when she goes to the police for the first time.
Threatening emails, calls, the constant bombardment.
It's where we started this series. Hannah surrounded by banks of ageing computers, explaining to a police officer that her life is being ruined by this intruder.
We will now take control of your online reputation.
I'm scared to leave the house,
You have it coming to you.
scared to open my phone, afraid of what I'll see.
Have we ruffled some feathers here?
An intruder she thinks
Forgiveness is a special gift.
is kin.
I apologize unreservedly if I went too far, but it was unintentional, totally unintentional.
Back then, she left the police station feeling optimistic that they'd do something. And initially they did. In an email to Hannah, the officer on the case told her,
I have issued a warning letter to the suspect stating that if any contact is made with you, he will be arrested for harassment.
after warning Kin about his behaviour, London's Met Police told Hannah they were going to try and arrest him.
He has been circulated as wanted, and therefore this will flag up on the manifest when he attempts to fly in or out of the country.
Hannah's on edge, waiting to hear if the police will arrest Kin.
I think I was very hopeful, like you've applied for a job and you're waiting with optimism for the result. Checking your emails all the time, phone on you, on loud, just waiting for something to happen.
What we now know is that far from being troubled by the police, Kin seemed to be having a great time.
They're into the first set of their match. It's 5-4 to Rosetsky and Philippoussis.
We found a video of Kin taken while the Met Police were looking to arrest him. In it, we see Kin playing doubles alongside tennis legends Greg Rosetsky and Mark Philippoussis in front of what looks like hundreds of spectators. We'll come back to this tennis match in a later episode. At the time, Hannah had no idea where Kin was. She was just waiting for news of a possible arrest.
It was very slow, just because of the anxiety and the apprehension. It was like every day and every minute in the day was just going so slowly.
Weeks go by and Hannah hears nothing until the police email to say they went to an apartment in central London where they believed Kin might be.
Officers went to the address in the early hours of this morning.
But the police...
There was no answer and the house was in darkness.
Couldn't find Kin.
We were unable to locate Mr. Hung in the UK due to his transient international lifestyle.
And they said they didn't have enough evidence to proceed. And a couple of months later...
Submitting this matter for closure for evidential issues.
They closed the case.
The hope that I felt was what was keeping me going. And then you hear the case is closed and that hope comes crashing down.
But the abusive and threatening messages keep on coming.
Hi, honey. This is important. You are in danger.
So, what on earth happened?
Please be careful.
From BBC Sounds, this is Stalked.
I'm Hannah Mossman-Moore.
And I'm Carole Cadwalladr. Episode 3, Case Closed. If you've ever gone to the police for help, there'll be a file detailing all of the evidence and interviews and inquiries.
Oh, yeah.
When was the first time we asked for it?
I don't know, but I think it's been like around a year.
And getting hold of that file is not as straightforward as you might think.
So it was like a bit of a battle. I'm trying to remember because it's been going on for so long.
For Hannah, it took more than a year to get hers because of a backlog.
And many months later, eventually, Hannah's got what we asked for, which is to just basically get a better understanding of how the police dealt with the complaint.
When she gets it, it's March 2023.
Oh, yeah.
Hannah asks Georgia and Rob, the producers, over to her flat in London to look at them.
I made complaints in multiple police stations.
10 o'clock in the morning, so you've probably gone first thing.
Age 26.
And it's a lot for Hannah to take in.
Oh, God. I'm really dreading going through these. It really, brings everything back.
There are 5 separate files.
Oh. I was in and out of police stations.
A sizable stack of papers detailing what happened to Hannah and the police's investigation.
I'm just feeling because I think I haven't looked at it for a long time.
But now Georgia and Rob are here.
You're right.
I don't know. I feel a bit numb to look through it.
Hannah's just not ready to look at it.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, you did ring me. I mean, it's a shame, actually, we didn't record that. You did ring me afterwards, and you were like, you'd had to go to bed, sleep in bed and everything, didn't you? You were really wiped out by it.
Yeah, I just remember shutting my laptop when you guys were there, and I was like, I can't do this, I'm sorry. It was really personal, and it's like displaying that.
And you said to me, the thing I remember, you sort of said, I guess the point is, up till this point, it's been me telling my story, instead of actually, I was kind of confronted with this other version of it. And yeah, you said there's stuff in there which I haven't even admitted to myself.
Stuff in there that I was planning to take to my grave. Sorry.
Are you all right?
I think it was just like, it was just really horrible to read that, because it was like, it's like such basic language, but I think I was just really embarrassed then. Yeah, it was just very personal.
Yeah. Okay. Just gonna have a sip with this.
So Georgia and Rob start looking through the files without Hannah.
God, this is long, isn't it?
So, Hannah sent you through this morning. The first one.
14th of February 2018.
That'll be shortly after she got back from Miami. So she was 25 at this point. Her email account started to receive thousands of emails.
It's a lot.
An email registered as Hannah Mae Mosman-Moore.
Victim has apparently received calls from unknown number every 5 minutes.
From this point onwards, she's received threats on a daily basis from this account.
Suspect was calling victim, telling her he had found my hacker and that she needed to contact him for the hacking to stop. Which must have been...
really?
Well, confusing, I guess.
In your head, what was going on at the time? Was it him? Was it not him?
Well, I expected that he might have something to do with this, but I really couldn't figure out, was it all him? Was it half him? It was really confusing.
In the months that followed her first trip to the police station, things were getting worse. So much so that Hannah wanted to escape. A few years earlier, in what now seemed like a lifetime ago, before even meeting Kin, Hannah had travelled to Sri Lanka to work at a gemstone company. And when the opportunity came up to go back there, she jumped at it.
Sri Lanka was a sort of a clean slate. Literally living in the Gaul fort, like huge fort, tropical beaches, away from everything.
Hannah was working on setting up her own jewellery company, and she had a new boyfriend, Dylan, a restaurateur.
Hannah had explained that she was under immense pressure about the copious amount of emails she's been receiving, the threats, and she opened up, shared everything with me, and I've not experienced any of this before, so it took time to absorb.
But they tried to move past it. Hannah loved Sri Lanka. There were local hotels who were interested in stocking her new brand.
His plan was to get stocked in hotels. So like in a little cabinet, Dill was doing his restaurant. And it was my shot at starting a new life and a new business. Only I was found there.
Hey, Hannah Mosman-Moore. Hey, Hannah Mosman-Moore. Are you alive? This man is just using you. You look like hell.
Emails were coming from a new account, which was a play on Hannah's name. The sender was anonymous, but the message was clear. Her intruder was back.
Send me your WhatsApp number and add me on social media. Hey, Hannah Mosman-Moore. That way I can send you live feeds. Are you alive? Hey, Hannah Mosman-Moore.
Once again, those closest to Hannah started being contacted.
If you had sex with her, suggest please get a thorough medical examination.
Including her new boyfriend, Dylan.
She took money from me and we had sex.
This horrible, disgusting language about me.
More STDs in her vagina than germs in a toilet bowl.
There's a version of this podcast where we cleaned this all up and we didn't subject you to this quite horrible, violent, offensive, hateful language. But we've chosen to include the language here. The reason we've done so is because women all across the world are being exposed to it on a daily basis. It's intended to make women feel uncomfortable and under threat, and to diminish them and to scare them and to intimidate them and to silence them.
Often it is behind closed doors as well.
Exactly, like you were experiencing this by yourself, and to really understand her experience, we've made the decision that you, the listener, I'm afraid, needs to hear it too. Anonymous emails first started arriving to Dylan with subjects like warning, careful of Hannah Mossman Moore, about Hannah and be warned, caution from this woman, !
As I only want to warn my fellow brothers.
He reached out, started writing to the business email.
This woman is devil sent.
And then finally he got into my personal mail. I really have no idea how he got my personal email.
Don't fall for it.
He made a few derogatory comments.
My good brothers, if you're from Pakistan, then you should immediately think of ways of...
He was really nasty in those emails.
He was.
How many emails and bits of correspondence do you think you received across this whole time?
At one point, it was probably almost every day.
Don't go by her innocence going to get you into weird sexual fantasies.
Or every other day.
Satisfied on my pool table. Don't fall for it.
For a period of 3 to 6 months, Han?
Attaching some pictures so you can see yourself.
There were times he really got to me.
She took money from me and we had sex.
Just as she'd done before, Hannah found herself explaining to her friends and business contacts, including the hotels that were stocking her jewellery, that someone was trying to ruin her life.
I do remember us even having a conversation with the owner, saying that there is a possibility you can expect mails like this. Please ignore. We've been dealing with this for a while. Because he was out to sabotage anything that you were trying to create, and he was trying to just destroy everything of yours. He came with destruction.
Yeah.
Hannah's new chapter had come to an abrupt end. She no longer felt safe in Sri Lanka. The emails implied the sender was nearby, was watching her.
I really did feel like someone on the street was watching me.
Hi, Hannah Mossman Moore.
So that's what he'd say.
Finally saw you. You look good in blonde hair. Why no meeting me? Still angry? Tell me, please. I will come and get you. There is so much to learn when one just follows you around.
Through all this period in Sri Lanka, Hannah was sending examples of the messages to the police. Almost weekly, she'd be asking them to add these to her file and asking for updates on the case.
Please see attached emails sent to my boyfriend's work email address. I'm sending them all separately.
And she'd tell them why she suspected kin was behind it.
I'd find clues and try and tell the police.
He said ciao, and the hacker said ciao, and then there's a link.
Looking through the files,
blacked out some more details of Hannah again.
There's a lot we still don't understand.
See, I don't know what all this means.
No, it would be good to have someone who's more familiar with the lingo to have a look at it all, and I'm sure we're missing stuff here that could potentially be significant.
None of it is surprising to me.
This is Rachel Horman-Brown, a solicitor who specialises in helping victims of stalking and harassment. She's also the chair of Paladin, the UK's National Stalking Advocacy Service.
I think there's a huge over-redaction.
She's agreed to look over Hannah's case files.
So it's difficult to see exactly what's going on, but what does come across is that it's being passed around, it's not taken seriously in my view. There are various kind of value judgments kind of leaking through. From the beginning, it's treated as harassment or even the lower level malicious communications when the information that you can clearly see on the file indicates really that this is a stalking case.
Rachel is the first person we've spoken to who has described this as a stalking case.
Repeated examples, not just of emails or social media, but some physical examples as well. So to me, that's completely wrong. They are different criminal offences, but very often are confused by the police. Harassment, which is generally more low-level behaviour, can very quickly and very easily become stalking, which is more about obsession and fixation.
It's almost like they didn't understand the whole story or the whole picture. And then, like, maybe the things by themselves weren't that major, but the bigger picture was really major.
Unfortunately, that is not an uncommon experience for victims. Far too often the police are treating those incidents as individual incidents. For example, they will say, well, that's malicious communication, rather than an incident in relation to a course of conduct of stalking.
Yeah. Did you see the line where it said, as the victim cannot be certain, the suspect is responsible for the incidents reported in this report? The classification will be confirmed as harassment rather than a further classification as stalking.
Well, that's an evidential difficulty, but that doesn't mean to say that it isn't recorded as a suspected case of stalking. You would still record something as investigate it as a murder, even though you don't know who's committed it. We call stalking murder in slow motion because sometimes, in the worst cases, that is what happens.
Which is something Hannah was only too aware of. Just before the stalking began, Hannah heard about another woman, her own age, who didn't get the help she needed. I remember when you told me about Alice for the first time, and you sort of said it as sort of part of a longer conversation, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then you told me this girl, you hadn't known her, but she was at the same school as you. She'd actually replaced you in the year.
Yeah.
Alice had a stalker. Her ex-boyfriend. After they split up, he just doesn't get the message. He bombards her with phone calls and messages. He turns up at her flat. Eventually, she goes to the police and he's given a warning to stop contacting her. But he doesn't. The calls keep coming, and then one night, he drives 120 miles to her home, breaks into her flat and murders her.
The first person who told me was my godmother, who was her art teacher. She called me to tell me because she was absolutely distraught, and I saw all my friends from school posting about it.
The story of Alice Ruggles and how she was so profoundly let down by the police is essential background to this story. Because this isn't some sort of isolated case of a woman not being helped. It's an epidemic. We'll be returning to Alice's story in a later episode. But for now, it's time to get back to Hannah's story. It's 2019, and while the police in the UK are grappling with what was going on with Hannah's case, in Sri Lanka, she felt like her intruder was getting closer.
Hello, honey. Great news. I'm setting up a restaurant in Colombo, right next to you. Now we can be close all the time.
Her dad, Dave, remembers that time too.
It went on for a long time when Hannah was in Sri Lanka. It was incredible. They knew that she'd met a new friend. They knew that she was on the beach, isn't that right?
Yeah. He knew exactly what I was up to. My friend had a nail salon and I got my nails painted there, black and white. He was like, oh, nice black and white manicure.
Keeping tracks on everything, her whereabouts, everyone she's linked to, including my businesses that I ran.
Do you remember we were at that Halloween party at Angel Beach?
Mm-hmm. I recall that.
He then sent me a picture of me zoomed in to my chest. That picture didn't exist on the event photos.
It's all coming back. I recall that.
And I still to this day have no idea where he got that picture from. And he would say, I've got spies and microphones watching you from every angle.
Hi, Hannah Mossman. So I kept an ultra small microphone. Hey, Hannah Mossman every day for my precision.
And that picture was sort of evidence. And then he even started to say to me, like, stalking you is so much fun.
Stalking you has its benefits. It's fun learning so much about life and people from you.
There was a point Han didn't even want to look outside the window.
Tell me, please. I will come and get you.
That was heartbreaking to know that she's living, grappled with fear.
Isn't it great that we can finally be together? Life is good. Ciao. Karma.
All Dylan could do was to try and support Hannah through it.
Do you remember that picture of me where I was looking really chubby? And he was like, this is Hannah when she was pregnant because she was a slut.
I love that picture. I mean, it was such a nice picture.
Dill had this attitude of being like, who is this pussycat? You know, who is this Tinkerbell? It was, that's what he would say. And you'd be
I
like...
remember I came up with a few fun names for him. Tinkerbell, the fairy, the male fairy. I just tried to levitate the situation. You know how he would write to me? Pardon my profanity, but he used to say, dear shiny buckle, fat fuck. All right. That's how he would start the mail. And I don't know where he found pictures of me wearing a shiny buckle shoe. Dear shiny buckle, fat fuck. I mean, come on. I was probably a few kilos extra at that point, right? We'll live in the island life, won't we?
Dylan laughs about this, and Hannah tries to as well. It's easier now. But in Sri Lanka, the emails were getting increasingly sinister. Here are some that were sent to Dylan's work address.
All I needed to do was pay her a few pounds and pound her.
The emails started getting really explicit.
She likes it rough.
Shockingly violent.
She likes her clothes ripped and torn. I'm telling you because later you should not regret that you did not even get to fuck her. Do it now.
One told them to rape her.
She has a fantasy of being raped. Do it.
Then that same anonymous account started talking about setting Hannah up as a sex worker.
Hello, honey. I will help you grow your business. No, the real one. Of prostitution. Setting up a site for you. Smiley face. Do you prefer hooker, honey, or Oh, honey. The website is getting ready. Hooker, honey. Excited smiley face.
And then a new anonymous account starts emailing Hannah.
Hello, Hooker Hanny.
It's called Premium Escorts.
How was the experience with our referred client last night? Was he gentle? Did he pay you the right amount? Did he tip you after? Did he pay at the right time?
The emails talk about watching her, recording her.
We do appreciate all the hidden camera footage.
These are the AI-generated voices.
Dear Colombo hoteliers, our clients in Colombo have given rave reviews. Hooker Hanny has been a favorite for some of our premium clients. Halo Ugly Stinky-ho. Follow instruction.
And they were really gross, degrading, misogynistic, abusive, the worst kinds of women-hating language you see on places like 4chan or other forums on the internet.
When you are told to be classy, we mean classy, you slut. Too many men, too How do you look into the mirror every day sweaty and not kill yourself?
Hannah was getting 5 or more of these each day.
You characterless whore.
Literally on the day that, we had this sort of weekend when Hannah told me this story during lockdown, and all through the day she just kept on opening up her junk folder in her email. And it would be like, look, there's another. Look, there's another. I mean, it was sort of incredible seeing it in real time.
We were making all these raunchy recordings of you sweating.
And it was all that Hooker Hanny, and
it
was really grotesque.
Lots of demand for prostitutes of your skill.
And then you do try to ignore it, but then you're also like, okay, I just want to check to see if it's stopped, and then you see so many of them and you just catch the subject headings.
You only get uglier, hoarier, and stinkier with time. We owe some dudes ready to pee some warm alcohol on your ugly face and shit in your mouth.
So who is behind it? The prime suspect is Kin. We put this to him, that he was the one writing the anonymous emails. Kin denies this and adamantly denies ever stalking or harassing Hannah. As we look through Hannah's case files, what emerges is uncertainty. Both Hannah, but also the police, say they're unsure that the emails are coming from the same place.
Is there any other person that is threatened victim? I don't know if all the email addresses belong to him, but some are getting very aggressive.
So there is a bit of doubt there.
And I think even now, right?
Yeah.
When Hannah talks about the sender of these emails, even now, months into recording this series, she alternates between they and him. Something myself and Georgia have picked up on.
It was really scary, and they were so good at it, I actually was terrified.
It's interesting, a minute ago when you were talking about the messages and you were saying they.
I noticed that. Why do you say that?
Because there were so many different emails from different people.
So let's recap. There were those emails in Miami sent to Hannah from Kin's girlfriend.
Hi, Hannah. This is Kin's long-term
And the
girlfriend.
text messages he received apparently from his own mum demanding money.
Sort of like, yo, ransom.
Hannah was actually there with him when this happened. She saw them coming through on his phone in real time with her own eyes. Kin had an explanation for this. So what did Kin say?
So he said that the whole reason that he had acted like that and sabotaged our relationship was because the hackers had jumped from him to me.
Jumped?
Yeah, that's what he said.
The truth is that I couldn't bear seeing you so scared with the hackers targeting you. Hence, I sabotaged intentionally and messaged you whilst I was out, so there were paper trails for the hackers to see and cut you loose. I let you go in order for you to be out of the whole thing.
So Kin says he was trying to keep the hackers off Hannah. Hence, this explanation he had for this sabotage. which left Hannah terrified and escaping that house in Florida. But he couldn't hold the hackers back. They targeted Hannah because he couldn't stop them. And if this sounds far-fetched, I would have to agree. But there have been some crazy hacks in the world, and what hackers are often after is money. And Kin had money. And it is possible these hackers got Hannah's details from Kin and changed their target. There's also another big factor that makes this theory credible.
He was telling me about the hackers way before it started happening to me.
Right. This is a big moment to keep in mind. Kin was being targeted by hackers before Hannah went to Florida with him, when they were friends, when he was still a mentor to her. Remember those early emails from the girlfriend?
This is me and Kin's baby boy, and he has spent our milk. God help you. God help you all.
And the demands for money.
Yo, lady, get your rich boyfriend to pay our ransom.
Even way back then, Kin was talking about hackers.
Subject, emergency email.
He even came up with a password that, in the eventuality he was hacked, would show that it was really him. He came up with something easy to remember. The first place that Kin and Hannah went for drinks in London.
He said to me, let's have a password in case you need proof to know it's me. Something to do with hackers. So the password was radio. And when the hacking stepped up the following year, Kin used this password.
Password, Radio Me Hotel. Hey, it's Kin. Password equals Radio Me Hotel. I don't know why the hackers were targeting me, though. Maybe you should be more cautious about your cybersecurity. Being hacked is not nice. My IT guys still haven't managed to recover my email account. Hence, I have created this emergency email to stay in touch.
So unless I just can't work out. Did he then ask the hackers to sabotage me? And he would, is this him, or is it all him? Is it half him?
It's a theory. And if you're thinking, no way, it's all Kin, well, that wasn't the police's view.
Evidential difficulties.
What's written down in Hannah's case files is this. The police couldn't determine that all the emails and all the different characters and accounts were coming from the same place.
We do not have evidence that it is in fact the suspect that has sent these. The emails emanate from various accounts. Significant work would be required in order to try to establish where these emails originated.
On the 30th of January 2020,
submitting matter for closure for evidential difficulties.
They closed the case.
They said, we do not have evidence that is in fact the suspect.
We're back with Rachel, the lawyer, to ask her about that decision.
The emails emanate from various accounts. Significant work would be required in order to try to establish where these emails originated.
Well, the point is, are you going to try and obtain the evidence as to where it was sent from? It feels as though victims have to prove it's happening before the police will take their pen out of the pocket and take it seriously. And that doesn't happen for any other crime, really. If you report a burglary, you don't have to present fingerprints to the police. And the thing is that stalking nowadays, in virtually every case, will involve an online element, which means there's a digital footprint, which means that it is provable, that if they want to find out who's doing it, it's possible because the evidence is there, but they can't be bothered, in my view.
We asked London's Metropolitan Police about how they handled Hannah's case. In a statement, Commander Kevin Southworth told us,
"We recognise the service the victim received between 2018 and 2020 fell short of what's expected, and we're working hard to ensure that all victims get the support they need and that cases are investigated appropriately in every instance. Since 2022, we've significantly improved our response to stalking and in the last year have investigated more cases of this nature than ever before."
For now, it looks like if we want answers to what happened to Hannah, we're going to have to do this investigation ourselves.
The powerlessness of this is the worst thing.
Next time.
What it's called in the literature is identity leakage.
Finally, we get some answers.
I'm really nervous about what's going to come out of it. I feel like getting close to the truth.
I mean, I guess what you're looking for is what is the technical evidence for where the emails came from, what the domains are.
Do you think we can assume that they're all the same person?
Stalking you has its benefits.
If you've been affected by any of the issues in this series, please contact support organisations in your own country.